Another variation that's probably the most frequently seen trig problem will give you an angle. In this case, the angle that we're given is 42 degrees, and we'll give you a side length, in this case 52 feet, and we'll ask you to find another side, or maybe find another side at another angle or something. In this case, they're saying a person right there looks at the top of the building with an angle of elevation. That's the 42 degrees. Building is 52 feet tall. They're asking how far is the person from the base of the building. Well, the base of the building is right here. The person is right here. So we're looking for this distance right here, which I'll call x. Now our angle is 42 degrees. It's located there. We care about the sides in relation to our angle. So the opposite side of 42 is that side that is 52 feet long. The adjacent side to 42 is what we labeled as x because it's right next to it. And the right angle is right here. So that across that will be the hypotenuse. Once you've labeled everything, you need to decide which trig function to use. So you should write down SOHCAHTOA and then figure out what's relevant to your problem. Here we're given the length of the opposite side, so I'll, in my mind, highlight an O and an O on the sine and the tangent. That pretty much eliminates the fact that we're going to use cosine, so I'll cross that out. And then the only other relevant side for us in this problem is the adjacent side, because that has x, and x is what we're trying to find. So the only other trig function with a O and an A and an opposite and adjacent is the tangent function. So we're going to use tangent. So we'll set up tangent. We put the angle that we're using, in this case 42, next to the trig function. Those two are married. They're not going to be separated at any point of the problem until the end when we evaluate. That's equal to opposite, which was 52, over the adjacent side, which is x. That's the setup. It's the hardest part. At this point, we just need to solve. Probably the most easy way to understand based on what we've been doing in our class is put the tan 42 over 1, cross multiply, you get x times tan 42 equals 52 times 1, which is just 52. And the most important thing here is for you to recognize that tan 42 is one number. We cannot separate the tan or the 42. I usually put parentheses around the trig function and the angle that it's with. We can't separate them. We're going to treat that as one number, which means, it's kind of nice actually, which means we could just divide by tan 42 on both sides. And we get x equals whatever 52 divided by tan 42 is in your calculator. All you have to do is plug in 52, type in 52, and divide it by tan 42, which is pretty easy to see on your calculator. When I do that, I get 57.75 with some repeating numbers. I'll just round that to the nearest tenth, which is 57.8. The units are feet. Remember, because we started off with an angle, we're going to end up with a length. So that means that this distance from the person to the base of the building was 0.8 feet. And that's the conclusion of one of the kinds of problems that you'll see.